Today's TEDx topic is inspired by a question a colleague asked me not so long ago. He asked me how should he think about helping his 15-year-old daughter navigate life and career. His question was premised on the assumption that women can't have it all. So how should he tell his daughter, who is just starting to unfold her wings, that they need to be adjusted to have a medium range flight? It made me rethink the question that has lingered for decades. Can women have it all? Has the answer changed since I started my journey? Hi, I'm Pratibha Jain, and I'm the head of strategy and group general counsel for a global investment firm. I'm 50 years old, and I have had the privilege of studying at Delhi University, Oxford, and Harvard. I've worked across the labyrinth of finance, legal, and strategy for the last 25 years, leading some of the largest and most complex transactions in the world and in India. And I did all this balancing a family and life. Two lovely, well adjusted kids, even if I say so it myself, and my husband with an equally demanding career. And through it all, the nagging noise stayed with me, a constant whisper in my ear: "You're a woman, you can't have it all." To that voice in my head, I want to finally say, "You were wrong. I can have it all. I just need to change your perspective." Let me make my case by walking you through my journey. I grew up in a traditional Jain household, and I wasn't raised to lead companies or argue cases in courts. I was raised to host well, serve graciously, and uphold the dignity of the home. We were prepared to be good housewives, not public figures. When I told my father that I wanted to run my own business someday, his solution was to get me married to a business family so I could get involved in their family business. The thought that I wanted to do something of my own scared him considerably because, in his head, he was clear his daughter could not fulfill her dreams, at least not without paying a heavy price. And I understood his fears. They came from living in a social and cultural milieu where, if the woman seemed to have an independent mind, she'd be considered not homely and therefore would not be a good match. And if you don't get a good match, well, life is pretty much downhill from there for you as a woman. Because I understood my dad's fears, I crafted my career knowing the fears and expectations my family had and navigated through those to walk the path that hurt them the least, but still created a life that had purpose and was fulfilling. I realized very early on having it all doesn't mean doing everything at once. It means deciding what matters most on your terms. For some women, that might be corporate leadership. For others, it's creating a home, running a business, writing a book, building a school, or raising a voice. And success is not a fixed ideal, it's a lived definition, and every woman has the right to write hers. My generation stood at a crossing. We were the daughters of women who made do with little choice, and mothers of daughters who expected choice as a right. We did not always have role models for the path we were taking, so we became them. Slowly, quietly, and sometimes painfully, we learned to blend the strength of tradition with the courage of transformation. We were different from our previous generations who had to fight vociferously for their rights. We, in comparison, followed the path laid by them with a quiet determination, making it wider and more inclusive. We learned that leadership is not becoming like men. It's about expanding what leadership looks like. It can be bold, but also kind, strategic, but also nurturing, assertive, but also empathetic. Often, when I'm in negotiations, my clients expect me to go into a fighting match with other side's lawyers till they realize that there is strength in making your point calmly but assertively. And now in our 50s, we carry something powerful, the proof that it's possible, that you can build a life that honors your roots without being bound by them, that you can raise children and raise capital, that you can lead with both conviction and compassion. So, to the fathers, I say this: tell your daughters to dream their own lives, whatever it looks like to them, and tell them you will be the wind behind their wings so they can soar high. To the next generation of women and men, I will say, stop asking the question if women can have it all. Your previous generations have given you the framework to make it happen. We finally have equal rights. We need to now learn to exercise them together. Together, build a society where both men and women work towards happier households and workplace. The question is no longer can we, it's how will we? How will we design lives that feel whole, not perfect? How will we support each other in shaping purpose, not just chasing balance? We were not raised to imagine these lives, but we dared to live them anyway. And because of that, you don't have to ask the question anymore. Thank you.